So if you're thinking about climate change impacts for New Zealand, and particularly for the arable sector, we're probably a little bit different to a lot of the other sectors because we are an incredibly diversified system. So we're not like an intensive monoculture where we only grow kiwi fruit or we only grow avocados or we only have sort of dairy cows. Our growers can potentially have up to 20 different crops being grown over a 2 to 3 year rotational period. And so we have an ability to be agile and to swap different crops in, to use different cultivars that are able to better meet future climate change scenarios. And so when I look at the arable sector and we look at what might happen in 50 years' time with increase in temperature, or the west coast getting wetter and the east coast getting drier, I can see how we can redesign the arable sector to be able to fit into that scenario. So we can grow crops that are better suited for the east coast of the North Island. We can grow crops that are better suited for Southland. So overall, we don't see that the arable sector is going to be severely affected as long as we're prepared to modify our rotations, invest in breeding that will bring new cultivars with, say, drought tolerance or pest management tolerance to the system. And so I feel as if we're probably one of the most resilient industries to be able to cope with climate change impacts. So opportunities are actually probably going to come along almost quicker than we can respond to. So if you think of the big global trends towards plant-based produce, and you think about New Zealand wanting to be able to exploit these, and if we think about plant proteins in particular, if you think of the top 10, 15 plant protein crops, they're all arable crops. So soybean, hemp, quinoa, lentils, chickpea, peas or whatever. These are all crops that we can grow, and under climate change scenarios, some of those crops will be able to grow better than we can at the moment because they require a little bit higher temperatures, and that's what the prediction is going to be. So we're actually going to be able to introduce new crops into our rotation that may open up export market opportunities for our growers.